Welcome back, my fourth graders. This is lesson 8.8, subtract mixed numbers. Our target is to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. And this is our criteria that we are going to work on. I can subtract fractional parts and whole number parts of mixed numbers with like denominators. And I can use equivalent fractions to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. I can explain two ways to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. All right, use a model to find 2 and 3 over 8, take away 1 and 1 over 8. So I have 2 whole pies and 3 slices out of 8. Okay, and take away what? Let me shade it. Take away 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 over 8. Okay, so all I need to do is what? I'm just gonna show you this because I want you to see that. But here I'm going to take away this what? 1 whole pie, and I'm going to have what? 1 slice out of 3 over 8. Okay, so that means what? How many pies I have left? 1 whole pie, and then 1, 2 over 8 slices. Another way, 2 and 3 over 8 minus 1 and 1 over 8. You need to do what? The fraction first, fractional parts. Okay, take away and see if you can take away 3 and 1. Which one is greater? Yes, this is greater. That means what? You don't have to regroup it, okay, or rename it, okay? So I'm going to just go ahead and do this. 3 minus 1 over 8 and 2 minus 1, which means what? 1 and 2 over 8. Okay, that's how you do it with numbers only. We are going to practice more. All right, so how can you use the whole number parts and the fractional parts to subtract mixed numbers with like denominators? Explain why your method makes sense. So when you subtract this fraction, mixed numbers, you have to subtract the like denominator fractional parts first. Okay, so you will see if your fractional part, the front, like which is we call it minuend, is greater than subtrahend. Okay, so if not, you need to borrow it from this whole number. Okay, and we call it, rename it. Okay, and let's go ahead. So let's write it down. Subtract the same denominator fractions, because they were saying what? With like denominators, with same denominators. Okay, subtract the denominator, same denominator fractions. Okay, regroup if necessary, and subtract the whole numbers. So when you subtract the fractional parts, and then you can subtract the whole numbers, okay? Because when you need the regroup, you have to borrow the fraction from the whole number, okay? That's why we are gonna do the fractional parts first, okay? All right, and then you can just mix number. You can write it down the mixed number only, okay? Then write it down. The difference, because we are practicing on what? Subtraction. Okay, all right, let's move on. To subtract mixed numbers, subtract the fractional parts and subtract the whole number parts. Another way to subtract mixed number is to rewrite each number as a fraction, because we know how. Yes, we know how to convert this mixed number into fraction using what? Cross multiplication strategy. Okay, example. subtract the fractional parts and subtract the whole number parts. Okay, fractional parts first. So 2 over 3 and 1 over 3. Yes, thankfully it has enough. Okay, this minuend has enough fractional part to take away what? 1 over 3. So 2 over 3 take away 1 over 3 is what? 1 over 3. And then you need to go to what? The whole number parts. 5 take away 2 is what? 3. So 5 and 2 over 3 take away 2 and 1 over 3. We are going to do what? We did the fractional parts first, and then thankfully this minuend has greater value than the subtrahend. So we were able to do just what? Take away 2 over 3, take away 1 over 3 is what? 1 over 3. And then 5 take away 2 is what? 3. Okay. Now this Descartes is thinking, use the relationship between addition and subtraction, which is what? Inverse operation, to check if your answer is reasonable. Which means what? When you add this together, you have to have what? The minuend. Okay? So this 3 over 1/3 is going to make 5 and 2/3. Yes, because 2 plus 3 is what? 5. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And 3 as denominators. Okay. Example. Find 5 and 3 over 6 minus 4 and 5 over 6. This is one way. Subtract the fractional parts first and then subtract the whole number parts. Okay. Now, look at this. 5 and 3 over 6. Okay. Why they regroup it? Because there are not enough sixths to subtract 5 over 6 from 3 over 6. So they rename this fraction as what? 5 and 3 over 6. Okay. This 5 over 6, not as, but from 5 and 3 over 6 to what? 4 and 9 over 6. How? Because this 5 and 3 over 6 is equivalent to what? 4 and, yes, 6 over 6 plus 3 over 6, which means what? 6 plus 3 over 6, which is what? 9 over 6, and 4 is whole number. So instead of, look at this, I'm sure you understood, so I'm not going to go deeper, but during the class time, if you don't understand how they rename this fraction to another fraction or a mixed number, I'm going to explain during the class hour, okay? All right, so we just rename this mixed number into what? 4 and 9 over 6. Now you can take away what? 4 and 9 over 6, take away 4 and 5 over 6. So now let's do this. 9 take away 5 is what? Over 6, because denominators are same, so we don't have to work on. That's going to be what? 6. It doesn't change. 9 take away 5 is what? 4. And 4 take away 4 is what? Nothing. So the answer is what? 4 over 6. Okay? And another way, write each mixed number as a fraction, then subtract. That's what we did last time, right? Last lesson, I did that one. So I'm going to just go ahead using what? Cross multiplication strategy. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 3 is what? 33 over 6, okay? And then 4 times 6 is what? 24. Plus 5 is what? 29 over 6. Now take away. 33 take away 29 is what? 4, and denominator stays the same. So either way, one way or the other way. Anyway, you are going to have what? Same answer, which is what? Here, 4 over 6. Which way do you prefer? For me, of course, I know how to rename it or regroup it, this mixed number. So this way 1 is easier. But if it's too much for you to convert that, this whole number into fractional part, then use this, the second way. Okay, it's also easy for us. So now, number 1, show and grow. Which way do you want to go for? But take a look, this 4 is greater than 2, and they have what? Same denominators. Okay, that means what? You can just simply take away. All right, so we don't have to like regroup it or anything. Then stick into the first way, okay, that we practice. So take away the fractional parts, which is what? 4 take away 2 is what? 2 over 5. Okay, this denominator, when you add or when you subtract, denominator stays the same all the time, remember, okay? Unless you have 5 over 5, okay? Which means what? 1 whole. All right, and 5 take away 1 is what? 4. So the answer is what? 4 and 2/5, okay? And take a look this fractional parts. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This 1/3 is less than 2/3. You cannot take away 2/3 out from 1/3. That means what? You are going to borrow 1 whole pi, okay, from this 7. So this is going to convert that into what? Now you have 6 whole pies, and then 3 plus 1 over 3. Makes sense? Because 3 over 3 is what? 1 whole pi already. And then what you had before is what? 1 over 3. Okay, so this means what? 6 and 4 over 3. Take away 2 and 2 over 3. Which is what? Okay, we are going to use what? Fractional parts first. We have fractional parts. 4 take away 2 is what? 2 over 3. And 6 take away 2 is what? 4. Okay, so 4 and 2 over 3. All right, if you want to practice for the second way, let's practice that way as well, okay? Okay, so let me erase this a little bit to see clearly. Okay, that was one way and two way, second way. I'm going to use what? 3 times 7 is what? 21 plus 1 over 3 minus 2 times 3 is what? 6 plus 2 over 3, which means what? Okay, that's 21 plus 1 is 22 over 3 minus 6 plus 2 is what? 8 over 3. 22 minus 8 is what? You cannot take away 8 from 2, so you are going to borrow it from tens place. So 12 take away 8 is what? 4 and 1/10. Okay, so 14 over 3. Now we need to convert that 14 over 3 into what? Mixed number, because this is improper fraction. So 14 over 3 is what? 14 divided by 3. 3 can fit into 14 by what time? Yes, we know. 4 times 3 is what? 12. Take away 2 is remainder. Oops. Remainder 2. Okay, so this quotient is what? Our whole number, and this remainder goes on top. And our divisor goes as a denominator. Aren't they same? So either way, you should have what? Get the same answer, 4 and 2/3. From now on, I'm not gonna do two ways, okay? I want you to pause this video, and I want you to figure it out by yourself, and which one do you prefer, or make it easier for you. Go for it, okay? It doesn't matter. All right, and then you can check your answers with mine. All right, number 3. See these fractional parts first, and then see this is greater than the minuend is greater than subtrahend parts. Okay, so that means what? I can just simply take away. Okay, 10 take away 8 is what? 2 over 12, and then 15 take away 4 is what? 9. So the answer is what? 9 and oops, not 9, 11. My mistake, guys. Yes, 11 and 2 over 12. Okay. All right, now number 4. Let's check the fractional parts. Okay, 6 over 8, 6 over 8. Okay, that's equal. That means what? Yep, it eliminate. Okay, and then 6 take away 3 is what? 3. That's it. 3. There is no fractional parts. Okay. All right, look at this. 7 over 10, the fractional part, and then 9 over 10. That means what? You don't have enough fraction parts in here. So I'm going to borrow 1 whole part, okay, from 5. So this becomes what? 4 and 10 plus 7 over 10. Do you understand? Because 10 over 10 is what? 1 whole. Yeah, that's what I borrowed from the whole number. Okay, so this whole number 5 becomes 4. And then I have what? 10 over 10 plus 7. Okay, which is what? 4 and 17 over 10 minus 1 and 9 over 10. Okay, so I have enough these fractional parts. So now here, 17 take away 9 is what? Yes, you got it. 8 over 10. And 4 minus 1 is what? 3. So the answer is what? 3 and 8 over 10. All right. Now number 6. 11 and 50 over 100 minus 7 and 85 over 100. All right, let's check. These fractional parts. Do you have enough fractions to take away this 85 from 50? No. That means what? You need to borrow one whole pie of pizza into what? 100 slices. So this becomes what? 10 because you are giving out one whole pie, okay? And this becomes what? 100 over 100 is one whole pie, okay? Doesn't matter how many big the piece is, but number of the slices matter, okay? So 100 over 100 is one whole, right? That's what we got from 11, and it becomes 10 whole pie, okay? And then how many slices did you have before? Yes, 50 slices. That means what? Your fraction mixed number has changed to what? 10 and 150 over 100. Take away 7 and 85 over 100, okay? Let's take a look. So you cannot take away 5 from 0, so you are going to borrow it from 10's place. So 10 take away 5 is what? Is 5. And you cannot take away 8 from 4, so you are going to borrow another 10 tens from 100. Okay, so 14 take away 8 is what? 6, right? Over 100. And now 10 take away 7 is what? 3. So the answer is what? 3 and 65 over 100. All right? Okay, so now this time they have only one, like 8 pies, whole pies. Okay, so I'm going to take one pie, so I'm going to convert that into what? 7 pies and 6 over, they split it into 6 slices. Okay, so I was thinking like 8, my mistake. All right, so they split that into one whole pie into what? 6 slices over 6 slices. Okay, 6 slices. All right, now you have enough to take away 3 over 6, okay, from 6 over 6, which means what? You have 3 over 6, and then 7 take away 1 is what? 6. Still, you have 6 whole pies, and 3 over 6 pie is left behind for you, or Mr. Lee, okay? All right, these 10 pies take away 9 and 3 over 4. Okay, it's very simple because you know what? When you think backward, only you miss what? 1/4 pie is missing to become 10 whole pies. So this was easier for me if you think a little bit, okay? When you see these numbers and play around. But I'm going to show you how I did it, okay, again. But if you know already, okay, what's the difference between 10 and 9 and 3 over 4? Maybe some of you guys can understand. It's only 1/4. Right away, boom, that's it, okay? But I'm going to split that into still, okay? I'm going to take one whole pie, so I have now 9 pies, and then this whole pie is split it into 4 slices. So 9 whole pie plus 4 over 4, makes sense? That's equal to 10 pies. And take away what? 9 and 3 over 4, which means what? 4 take away 3 is 1 over 4, 9 take away 9 is nothing. So the answer is what? 1/4. All right, number 9. Your friend says the difference of 9 and 2 and 3 over 5 is what? 7 and 3 over 5. Is your friend correct? Explain. All right, let's take a look. So 9 minus 2 and 3 over 5 is what? We are going to find out. So I'm going to convert that into what? I'm going to take one whole pie from 9, so this 9 whole pie becomes 8 whole pie, and they are split into 5. So I'm going to take 5 over 5. Minus 2, 3 over 5. All right, let's see. 5 take away 3 is what? 2 over 5, okay. 8 take away 2 is what? 6. So it's supposed to have what? 6 and 2 over 5, okay. So the answer is what? No. And this is explanation. The difference is what? 6 and 2 over 5. Number 10. Explain how adding and subtracting mixed numbers are similar and different. Okay, similar part is what? Maybe sometimes you need to regroup, okay, when you add or subtracting mixed numbers, okay? But when you're adding, You regroup at the end. Okay, you regroup at the end. When subtracting, you regroup in the beginning. That's the difference. Okay, so same part is what? Similar. I mean, let me say similar. Similar part is what? You need to regroup. Yeah, you need to regroup sometimes. What's the difference? Different part is what? When you add, you regroup at the end, okay? When you add. And you regroup in the beginning when you subtract. In the beginning. When you subtract. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, write two mixed numbers with like denominators that have a sum of 5 and 2 over 3 and a difference of 1. Okay, this is dig deeper, so you need to think. Okay, so write two mixed number. Okay, difference of 1. Okay, so sum. So I'm going to say you can just guess and apply. You can then check. Okay, so I'm going to say easier way first. 3 and 1 over 3 plus 2 and 1 over 3. Okay, that makes this 5 and 2 over 3. What about the difference? 3 and 1 over... What? I don't know what's happening. Sometimes it has like this. I don't get why. Okay. Alright, so again, I split that into what? 3 and 1/3 plus 2 and 1/3 is 5 and 2/3. Okay, what about the subtraction? 3 and 1/3 minus 2 and 1/3 is 1. Oh, so my just trial was good, first trial. Okay, so but if you didn't get it, you need to keep trial. Okay, but this is good. So the answer is what? 3 and 1 over 3 and 2 and 1 over 3. Okay, it was easier than I thought. Okay, and it took like shorter than I thought. Okay, example. A replica of the Eiffel Tower is 6 inches tall. It is 2 and 2/5 inches taller than a replica of the Space Needle. How tall is the replica of the Space Needle? Okay, so find the difference between the height of the Eiffel Tower replica, 6 inches, and 2 and 2/5 inches. Now write each measurement as a fraction. Okay, so now 6 inches is equal to what? Because we are using what? 5 as denominator. So 5 times 6 is what? 30. So 30 over 5. And then 2 and 2 over 5. We know cross multiplication strategy, which means what? 5 times 2 is what? 10. 10 plus 2 is what? 12 over 5. Now subtract 12 over 5 from 30 over 5. Okay, we got what? 18 over 5. Now write this 18 over 5 as a mixed number because this is what? Improper fraction. Now this 15, we know this easier way. 18 over 5 is what? 18 divided by 5. So 18 divided by 5. 5 times what can make, 5 can fit into 18. That's easier, right? Okay. So 5 times 3 is what? 15. And remainder 3. That means what? 3 is our mixed number, whole number. And 3 goes on top. And 5 divisor is what? Denominator. So 3 and 3 over 5. Alright? That's it. So The Space Needle replica is what? 3 and 3/5 inches tall. Alright, now number 12, same question. Okay, so a cook has a 5-pound bag of potatoes. He uses what? 2 1/3 pounds of potatoes to make a casserole. How many pounds of potatoes are left? So you have what? 5 pounds, and then he used what? 2 1/3 pounds only. Okay, and what is the left behind? That's the question. So now I'm going to what? I'm going to convert that into what? I'm going to for anything I'm going to convert into pizza. You know that, right? For fraction. So I'm going to leave 4 whole pies, and then 1 pie. I'm going to take 1 pie from 5 and convert that into what? 3/3, which means 1 whole pie. That's the same as 5, right? And take away 2 1/3. Okay, 3/3 take away 1/3 is what? 2/3. And 4 take away 2 is what? 2. So the answer is what? 2 2/3 pounds of potatoes are left. All right, number 13. A half marathon is 13 1/10 miles long. A competitor runs 9 6/10 miles. How many miles does the competitor have left to run? All right, so let's find out the difference. So 13 1/10. Oops, why handwriting is awful, so I need to write it again. Sorry. 13 1/10 minus 9 6/10. Okay, so we are going to compare the what? Fractional parts, which is 1/10 and 6/10. Of course, this 1/10 is not enough. Okay, so I'm going to take this 1 from 13, so it becomes what? 12, and then I'm going to add what? 10 plus 1 over 10 minus 9 and 6 over 10 is equal to what? 12 and 11 over 10 minus 9 and 6 over 10. 11 take away 6 is what? Yes, you got it, 5 and over 10. And then 12 minus 9 is what? 3. So the answer is what? 3 and 5 over 10 miles. Okay, now number 14, last question. You want to mail a package that weighs 18 2/4 ounces. The weight limit is what? 13 ounces. So you remove 4 3/4 ounces of items from the package. Does the lighter package meet the weight requirement? If not, how much more weight do you need to remove? When they ask you if not, like they're asking you something else, that means what? The answer is no. So you gotta find out the difference, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. You want to mail the package that weighs what? 18 2/4 ounces. And then the limit was 13 ounces, so you remove what? 4 3/4 ounces of items, okay, from the package. Okay, let's take a look. Now what ounces you have left. Check these fractional parts. 4/2, 3/3, 3/4, you cannot take away from this minuend, right? So I'm going to take away what? Take 1 out of 18 pies, okay? So I'm going to convert that into what? 17 now you have. And then this what is what? 4 plus 2/4, because we know 4/4 is what? 1 whole. So I just took 1 whole from what? 18. So these 18 pies become 17 pies, and then 4 plus 2/4 slices I have left, okay? Take away what? 4 3/4. All right, since I know this 4 plus 2 is what? 6. 6 take away 3 is what? 3/4. And 17 take away 4 is what? 17 take away 4 is 13. Hold on. The weight limit was what? 13 ounces. But I have what still? 13 3/4 ounces left. That means what? We need to take away what? 3/4 ounces more to take away, okay? Remove, I mean. Okay, so the answer is what? No. 3/14 ounces need to remove. need to be removed. Okay, let's say removed. Okay, that's it for this lesson. And your homework is what? 393 and 394. Okay, and I will see you guys soon. And don't forget to put the star mark on it if you don't understand something. Okay. See you soon. Bye.